Um, Something happened recently, and I need I need some advice. So this is think of this as an am I the asshole sort of thing? Cause I just I really need some another perspective on this. Anyway, so I had this girlfriend, now ex girlfriend, um, and look, you ever just you're just like tired, and your girl is like saying some shit like like, would you love me if I was a worm? You get home from work, and then you want to just like just chill out, or like at least have this girl like be neutral, and she's asking me these dumbass questions, and it's like I just got so sick of it. But I also didn't want to break up with her because, well, who wants to be single, right? So sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit like I need affirming, I will ask ChatGPT to help me. And I understand that that's sort of, a lot of people are against AI and sort of, I think on the whole, it's probably a good thing. So I wanted to give that to her because I couldn't do it. So when she would text me, I downloaded this app where it would just plug it into ChatGPT and then we send it back to her. So I didn't have to deal with that. And she was getting good advice from like ChatGPT is a far better uh you know social helper. Like it's a better therapist than I am. So what's the issue? She's thinking it's coming from me and she's getting the best advice. And I can relax. And mental health is so important. No one even understands how much this affects Gen Z. Like, mental health is so important. And this arrangement was best for both of our mental health. So why is it a bad thing? Like, just think of a reason that it's bad apart from the fact AI is bad. Just like, I'm so worked up about it. Anyway, so it was working great for a while. I would get back. Sometimes if I was feeling nice, I would check the chat summary of what was going on. And the lights just turned off. I can't catch a fucking break! I'm sorry. I was told I gotta be a bit more balanced. Where was I? See, things like this happen, and then I'm just like, where was I? It's the best advice for her, right? And I would check, and it was good advice. She was like rambling on about her co-worker or some shit, or her mom, calling her fat, and it's like, okay, I don't care, but whatever. My parents both love me, so it's not really that hard. So yeah, so it was going fine. I was kind of getting a little bored, really, because I didn't really have to do anything. So I was speaking to some new people, and that was going well. Um, but then, like out of the blue, um, I get a call from the police, right? So first thing I do, because it was an Indian accent, I was like, okay, sure, hang up. And they call me back again. So, do not disturb mode, block the number. And then they came to my house. That was actually the police, and I was dealing with them. apparently my ex-girlfriend now had, look, okay, so probably it's easier to say if, anyway, so I'm dealing with these people and they're telling me this horrible thing that happened. And it's like, I really do feel, bad for her. Because, like, I don't want to go to jail. So I read through the chat messages and keep in mind, this was ChatGPT 4, right? Before they added all the, red tape around, like, violence. And so what had happened is that, by the way, reading through this whole thing, I hate that because she did something, now there's more stuff on my plate. Like, how is that fair? So I had to take time out of my day, my valuable time, and I was reading through these messages, and what had happened is there was this coworker, because she was a waitress, who was stealing her tips, right? And ChatGPT said to make sure it never happened again. And she took that and just ran with it. And apparently, this poor other woman ended up in the hospital. And, she's facing assault charges. My ex-girlfriend. Because of what ChatGPT said. And because she thought it was me, apparently somehow I'm liable for working her up to doing this. And it's, so I had to come clean. I showed the police that's like, oh, look, it's just ChatGPT. Like, I didn't do anything. And they bought that. That was fine. And they let me off the hook about it. They were very kind, lovely people. My ex-girlfriend, however, was not so graceful. But that's fine. She's in I wouldn't say a better place, but she's out of my life, out of sight, out of mind, right? It's good for my health, So it's like, what would you guys do? Because, look, I gotta go head to the hospital. This girl I was talking to is there now. And, I have to comfort her about this, which is the whole thing I was trying to avoid. And it's just gotten worse. So, look, is it ChatGPT? I think it's like big AI's fault here. Because if they were better, then why would this fall on me? Anyway, it's just been such a tough day, tough week. And hopefully some blue skies around the corner because, if something like this happens again, I'm going to go postal. All right. I know it's probably not my fault, but it's, life gets you down. All right. Thanks.